We now know one of the victims in that attack on Pearl Street has died, and now the suspect is facing murder charges. Officials with the Boulder County District Attorney's Office say 82-year-old Karen Diamond died from what they described as severe injuries. Diamond was one of the people demonstrating peacefully in front of the Boulder County Courthouse and calling for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza. Investigators say that's when 45-year-old Mohammed Solomon threw Molotov cocktails into that crowd, setting people on fire. The DA's office has now charged Solomon with 2 counts of first-degree murder. This is on top of the federal hate crime charges and more than 100 state charges he is facing. Veronica Acosta with Scripps News Group in Denver spent the day learning about the woman who lost her life in the attack.
Nearly 1 month since a man attacked a group demonstrating for the release of Israeli hostages in Gaza on Pearl Street. One of the victims in the attack has died.
Well, her passing is obviously a tragedy, and news of her death is devastating for her family and also for the broader community. And our office feels completely committed to securing the right outcome in the criminal case.
Karen Diamond, who was in her early 80s, died from her injuries in the June 1st attack. In an obit posted Monday, Rabbi Mark Soloway said there were, quote, no words to express the pain of this horrific loss of our beloved member and friend. The rabbi wrote Diamond died last week, adding the loss has, quote, impacted us all and we are sad and horrified. We will need to support each other as we process this loss. The death of Diamond bringing sorrow to the Jewish community in Boulder and throughout Colorado, but also changes to the state case against the suspect, Mohammed Sabri Solomon.
Tragically and unfortunately, we filed murder in the first degree because Karen Diamond, who was in her early 80s, passed away as a result of her injuries. Earlier today, our office filed an amended complaint charging the defendant with additional crimes for victims that have come forward or been identified through law enforcement's tireless investigation.
The number of victims now increasing to 29, 13 of whom the DA says were physically injured during the attack.
Well, certainly this attack was devastating on everyone who was present that day, their loved ones, the Jewish community, and the community as a whole.
In a statement, Run for Their Lives, the group Diamond was demonstrating with when the attack happened, said in part, quote, this is a heavy and heartbreaking moment for us. Please take care of yourselves and one another. We are all holding Karen and her family in our hearts. Veronica Acosta, Scripps News Group.
Veronica, thank you. The DA said his office is still working on filing additional charges against the suspect. Once that's all done, he will face 184 counts. As for federal charges, Solomon pleaded not guilty to 12 federal hate crime charges last week. 8 of the hate crime charges he faces are related to the victims. The other 4 charges directly relate to the weapons used. Federal investigators say Solomon was living in Cimarron Hills, but is from Egypt and had been living in the U.S. illegally. Shortly after the attack, ICE detained Solomon's wife and 5 children. However, a federal judge granted a request to temporarily stop their deportations.